Free comic book day.
So anyway, tell us what you're doing for comic book day.
Free comic book day at Comics, Cards, and Collectables, 724 Cleveland Avenue Southwest, on the fringes of beautiful downtown Canton, is like no other day possibly in the whole year. It may be the happiest day of the year. Forget about Christmas and Easter and Decoration Day and Columbus Day. Free comic book day is
dude,
better.
that's beautiful.
I know. I know.
God, it's beautiful.
Anybody who comes into Comics, Cards, and Collectables, 724 Cleveland Avenue Southwest, on the fringes of beautiful downtown Canton, can he say it often enough, will get one free comic book from a select group that is put on display and produced only for that day. So they're automatic collector's items. In fact, one of the books is a book from, I can't remember who, Bleeding Cool. And they have, as part of the Bleeding Cool Free Comic Book Day, a price guide for all the free comic books from years gone by. And according to them, some of these things are worth 30 bucks. I ain't buying it, because I've tried selling them, ain't having it. Anyway, not the ones coming out that way. Yeah, it's exactly. But some from the years gone by, they're saying are worth money. But anyway, along with that, we also have a major, ginormous sale with over 20,000 back issue comic books for only $1 each comic. Plus there'll be some action figures for like $5 each. There's usually some kind of like cookies and stuff and brownies and little meatball-y things, and just, yeah, come on down if you can from 10 in the morning until 6 in the afternoon, or early evening if you prefer. And we will require you to have your photo taken holding up your book saying how cool that free book is. And if you friend us on Facebook at Comics Canton, you can see photos from Free Comic Book Days gone by. That would be 724 Cleveland Avenue Southwest, on the fringes of beautiful downtown Canton.
Hello everybody, welcome to Rick and Dave's Comic Book Hour. I'm Rick.
I'm Dave, and this is our special guest.
I'm Tom.
He's Tom. If you watched previous episodes, you know all about Tom.
But this time, they've given me meds, so I'll be more subdued.
Yeah, right. We'll see how long that lasts. This issue we were going to talk about some Marvel Nows and what we've been reading here lately. Why don't you go ahead and start with one of yours?
Well, let's start with the recent Indestructible Hulk 6, where Mark Waid is still continued as the writer. I'm still not deciding if I like it or not. But number 6, I kind of changed my mind. I'm trying to. That didn't come out very well, did it? I'm starting to like the book a lot better. Thor makes an appearance. They battle, and he. Well, the Hulk.
You're going to spoil another one, aren't you?
Okay, spoiler alert. The Hulk lifts up Thor's hammer. So what does that mean? I mean, is he really worthy to lift that hammer, Tom?
You lifted it? I didn't think that was
That's the name of the story, if I'm not mistaken. It's called Worthy.
And the artist is Walt Simonson. So.
And he was.
Or is he just a cover artist? No, he's inside. Okay.
If you know his work with his Thor work.
Yeah, his Thor run.
So this means that Hulk will turn into a giant frog?
That'd be cool.
He can go to the Red Cloud.
Okay, no red dot.
No red cloud. Yeah, cool.
So just go to the very last page.
Oh, very last page. Oh, we're taking on Frost. Oh, now he's...
And that's the cover for next issue, but right there.
Hulk worthy.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So I guess Hulk read that transcription on the hammer too as well. So.
Huh. Didn't know the Hulk would be worthy. I always thought he was a little bit too much of a brute, but and he's got a really weird outfit on.
Yeah, I don't. That reminds me. I don't know what it is with the armor thing. It seems like the Hulk would protect the armor, not the other way around. I just don't understand the armor bit. I don't understand it at all.
And they're just tired of drawing.
It's like redundancy to me.
Half-naked guy running around in the PJs, I guess. It's clothes on him.
But
that's what I've always thought.
But I like that issue. I like the issue. I don't know if Tom read it or not. But.
No. There's some things even I won't read.
I'm all by myself.
You did read Superboy.
Boy, I did. Creeped me out.
Anyway, I liked it. And we will move on to whatever Dave has next.
Okay. Well, I thought I'd give Captain Marvel, latest version here. Used to be Ms. Marvel, a try. And this issue is okay, I guess. Then I'm just jumping in the middle of the story here. And there's a death bird, and Captain Marvel's lost her powers. And did some... Oh, they did the time traveling in the other issues that I read. But anyway, so somehow she lost her powers and can't fly or whatever, but the art's pretty decent. I kind of enjoyed it, and so she's got a flying motorcycle, which she doesn't really care for, but I guess it's not as fun as flying on your own. And I think she's getting kicked out of her apartment. An exciting drama like that, I guess. So, yeah. You read some of this, haven't you? You didn't really care for it too much,
I think we've already established the fact that I am the elder statesman of the three of us, and thus I only have so many minutes left on this earth, and I'm measuring how I waste them, and yeah, she's not worthy.
She's not worthy.
She is not worthy of my minutes.
Alrighty. Well, so we got a couple books that are kind of... One, Rick thinks is improving. This one's, he thinks it pretty much sucks.
I thought the same about the Hulk. I don't.
Too.
Yeah, he's not minute worthy either.
No, he's not minute worthy now either. Alrighty. So anyway, so that's what we've been reading. Let's see what else we got. We got Superior Spider-Man #7, which I actually, oddly enough, have been enjoying Superior Spider-Man with Doc Ock taking over. You've been reading
it is minute worthy.
That one's minute
yes,
worthy?
I've got to say, a lot of people were upset about that whole, the transition there. They're making it work. It has turned into one of my favorite titles.
Yeah.
And honestly, I hadn't read Spider-Man books for quite some time, mostly because a certain artist that, to me, ruined the book.
Oh, yeah. Didn't like the last artist they had there?
Humberto Ramos.
No, you didn't like him
I'm not
either?
a big Humberto fan.
I know another guy who's not a big fan of him either. But
yeah, I mean, Humberto, you did wonderful stuff on Impulse because nobody had ever seen that book before. But buy an anatomy book. Learn that hands are not twice the size of the body. I see my hands. Even though I have a large body, my hands still, and feet, same deal. His proportions are like, and how can they say he's a fan favorite? Who is this fan guy that he's a favorite of?
I know. You gotta find that thing.
No kidding, and show him some real artwork.
Show him some Ditko, maybe.
Maybe, or something.
Yeah.
Probably not from the fringes of Canton.
I know. We would run that guy out. There would be a barrel of tar and a pillow of feathers on him.
Alrighty.
Because that's how we do things here in Canton High, damn it. We take care of stuff. We know how. We're real Americans. Don't be pussyfooting around here with none of that there Humberto Ramos stuff. We like real artists like Steve Ditko and Jack Kirby.
Yeah.
Americans.
Well, #7. Also, we're starting to find out that people are realizing that Parker's not in charge of Spider-Man. They don't know who's in charge of Spider-Man, but they're getting to it. And the Jester is, for some reason, the Jester is a villain this time. I know the Jester's a big Daredevil villain, but they chose the Jester. And basically, Spider-Man, Spider-Ock, whatever you want to call him, beats the tar out of him and his partner.
Whatever her name is, the
whatever
girl.
her name is.
And you should never hit a girl.
But anyway,
well, you know what it got me? Did you read what this... Here, let me find it. I never read this in a comic book before. After he punched her, she... Where is it at?
Did she say, you shouldn't hit a girl?
No, she goes, you hit me in the boob.
That's right, she does. I do remember that. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I'm like, I was telling somebody I worked at, I go, I've read hundreds of Spider-Man books, hundreds of comic books.
And yeah,
and
very
well,
seldom
maybe
call
that
it
was issue 6.
Here's the other thing that I'm glad you turned to this page. On, wow, they don't number pages anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about the 6th page in, here. Okay? Doc Ock Spider-Man has been sleeping. And Peter Parker, who's still lingering there somehow, has figured out he can sort of take hold and make things. So he's making the hand try to write something.
Oh, yeah.
And so then Doc Ock starts waking up, and Peter says, can't let Otto see what I'm most up to. Come on, right hand. Good old righty. And he wants his right hand to knock something in. And did you notice what I just did now? His right hand to knock it in. Because as he's laying there, the hand that knocks it in
is his left.
It's his left hand. Did somebody not read the script?
A little editing error. Do we get a no prize for stuff
I don't
like
know. I don't think. I think they're going to give us a booby prize because he hit her in the boob.
Yeah, well, maybe it was opposite day.
Well, they're not even fighting in this. This is Cardiac they're taking on in this one.
Yeah, that's
I think
not the issue. Yeah,
that was the previous issue, I think,
Yeah.
where he
I
punched
forgot
her in the boob.
We're talking about Cardiac this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
We got the wrong issue.
Oh.
But still talking about 7, which probably still around here somewhere. Is that
What issue is this?
7.
7?
Probably
6.
6.
Wait. Hey, excuse me. Go ahead. Talk amongst yourself. How you doing?
We got these shows more from here. We got any book we need.
Yeah,
Just
no,
pull
if we
it
need
off
some,
we
it's
need,
right
man.
there.
There it is. We got it.
But
let's see. I got an 8. There it is. 6. I got 6.
Yeah.
all right,
Tom saves the day. Who knew?
he's the man.
It's the story of my life saving the day. Issue 6. Issue 6.
We don't prepare for this show.
Hi, I'm back, and obviously the meds have worn off.
So after we
More
got-
Mountain Dew.
Yeah, no kidding.
Are we done with 7 now?
That's-
Yeah, we're done with that. We're going to backtrack to 6 since we're
Okay, now
talking
we're
about
going to
getting
6.
punched in the boob.
Yeah,
And I just keep saying boob because
I know because you can.
You can.
Yeah,
it's my show.
Mountain Dew was my nickname when I was married.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because I used to love the Mountain Dew. Anyway,
Okay, this is Spider-Man
take the kids
6
out of the room again.
with the
Heads have worn off.
Yeah.
with the Jester. And, and we how do we get to host a show if we can't even know what the hell we're talking about? Anyways, this is the Jester.
I think because you own the camera.
That's
right. It's
like,
his camera.
It's like how I used to get to play in football games. It was my ball. They had to let me.
Yeah, it's his
And then
camera.
they knocked the crap out of me. That's why I'm not normal. I got beat up a lot growing up.
Okay, to get back to this Jester, and you can
Oh,
probably
right
find
there it
it.
is. Yep. Yep. She goes, ow, you totally punched me in the boob. You see that? Oh, dear. Miss, I assure you I had no intention of... Yeah, right, Doc. You just want to cop a feel.
He did?
So
You've
it's
been trying
right
to get
there.
from Mary Jane for how long?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean...
But, yeah. But
And this, what's her name?
I can't forget her name.
Screwball.
Screwball, yeah,
something.
one of the weirdest names. I'm not sure the Joker would use that in front of his henchmen. But anyway, the goal with this issue here with the Jester, we find that Jonah's trying to catch it on that this might not be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right? And
If
then,
JJJ's figuring it out, then we're in trouble.
yeah, if you can figure something out, we're really...
Well, the Avengers are starting to notice it, too.
Yeah, and issue 7, that's
Issue
where they
7,
start.
yeah.
They
That's-
front-
that's
they
why
have
we
an
made it 7.
intervention.
Yep.
Yeah, because now we got to figure out if Spider-Man can beat them all. Because
Yeah.
they're going to be a battle in 8, and then we got to figure if they're going to be able to subdue them, and then figure out what's going on and reverse the effect.
Yep.
The Avengers are probably going to be the ones to...
Yes, but they can't reverse the effect. Unless we're, we could end up with Fury of Firestorm all over here again. The Professor and Peter Parker share the body and they take over. They take turns. That would be just ultra stupid.
Yeah, take turn.
Yeah.
And
The least they could do is get them those old. Remember the
this is
bands
Marvel. They
that
wouldn't do
Captain
anything
Marvel
ultra
had?
stupid either, right? Marvel wouldn't do anything ultra stupid. This is Marvel
Yeah,
we're talking
I know.
about.
Yeah.
But remember
My
when
gosh.
Captain Marvel and Rick Jones were sharing the body and they had those bands?
Yeah, yeah.
They need to find those bands again. The Avengers probably have them in a warehouse.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where else 13?
Did you see? We won't do anything Ultron stupid.
Ultron stupid.
Ultron. Ultron Stupid's up there, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And we haven't. And
The
that's not time worthy.
No, honestly, I've been reading it, and folks, spend your minutes elsewhere.
Exactly.
So,
Having
Anyway-
said that, it could turn out good.
Anyway, the battle with the Jester
Yeah.
is they realize that he's not Spider. I mean, Spider-Man's
Would never act that way.
Spidey, you wouldn't do this because that tells us right then and there that when a villain comes up to a superhero, he knows what he's going to get when he battles him. He knows, well, okay, I'm going to beat Captain America. I'm going to lose, but I'm not going to die. With Spider-Man, they think the same thing, but now they don't know what to expect. I mean, the Jester didn't expect to get beat that bad by Spider-Man. The Hulk maybe, but not.
Nah, even the Hulk wouldn't expect the Spider-Man
that's-
to beat him up.
No.
Spider-Man doesn't do that. He doesn't draw blood.
No.
And he feels real bad if he accidentally does. If he hits somebody in the nose and they get a nosebleed, Spider-Man, Peter Parker Spider-Man would feel bad.
Yeah.
Doc Ock Spider-Man
He
would
just shoots
sit
him to
back
gun
and
with
laugh. Yeah.
he's done that already. So.
He wouldn't even give him a
So
Kleenex.
people are starting to notice, and so that's weird. I mean, I think it's the first time I realized that a supervillain realizes what they're getting into when they face certain heroes. They know what they're getting into.
But having said that, I gotta say, Doc Ock Spider-Man has done some pretty interesting stuff.
Oh yeah, he
yeah.
has.
I mean, you know, all of the spider bots he's got running around,
Oh, yeah.
so he doesn't have to swing through the city anymore, and you know, all this other stuff that he's doing. He really is the superior Spider-Man of the two.
Well, he's also
That
the
makes some
superior
sense.
Parker because this dude can find time to do his personal stuff and be Spider-Man.
Exactly.
There's no, I can't go see Aunt May in the hospital because I got to go take care of Doc Ock. He'd find this Spider-Ock would find time for Aunt May.
He would.
Well, he already
He does. Yeah. See, that's it.
And you gotta watch it. I think he's hitting on both her and Mary
Yeah.
Jane.
Well, don't forget he almost married her.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Back in
Yeah.
the day, you know, you had the Doc Ock wedding issue. God, was that was
well,
almost as creepy as
I don't
the
want to see the Aunt May
crypto
MJ threesome. Thank you
transgender
very
ring.
much. I really don't want to see that. But also, the girl that sees who's that little girl that her name?
Oh, the tutor.
Yeah, the tutor.
Oh yeah.
Well, someone bullies her or calls her a name or whatever, and Spider-Ock goes back and smashes up their car and does
And
what?
she thinks he's a bad guy.
Yeah, but anyway, Spider-Ock goes back and takes care of him. The thing is, Parker would have done that too, but not to that extent.
No.
He would have webbed him up to a pole or something, and or just
Taught them a lesson.
taught them a lesson.
Give him a wedgie or something like
that.
But make no mistake, Parker would have done something too, but not that extreme. That's what I noticed too.
True. He just everything is to the extreme.
Yeah, he's the extreme Spider-Man.
That's give him the idea for that title.
Yeah,
Because we don't have enough spider books.
No, the extreme Spider-Man. I'm sorry, I
We
shouldn't
got
have.
Avenging and
Marvel doesn't watch this.
Superior
Then.
and-
Marvel watches this like Extreme Spider-Man #1 next week.
By the way, Comics, Cards, and Collectibles is at I can't even think of the name. 427 Cleveland Avenue Southwest on the fringe. No, it's 724 by the way. 724 Cleveland Avenue Southwest on the fringes of beautiful downtown Canton. Is not responsible for anything said in this. This is all them guys. They drugged me and forced me to do this.
You see that? He tried to steal from
No
you.
kidding. And we got it on tape.
I know.
That's why he wears the glasses. He's got shifty eyes. You got to watch him every minute.
right.
Look how we take care of stuff here.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, that might be worth $1 someday.
Yeah, at least.
$1.50. if you're
Looking at yes, we're lucky. So anyway, are we done with that? Can we go to the next fiasco?
Is there more?
There might be, but I think that's it for
For
this
the Marvels?
issue.
That's
Yeah.
it?
But wait, I didn't get to talk about my favorite now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
What's your
Okay.
Oh, that's
Well, we
right.
didn't see no books in front of you.
Yeah,
so
that's,
how
you don't have your stack. Where's? Oh, it's right there.
Tape?
Well, it's right under here. I'll show you my favorite. I don't have a favorite. I think the Marvel Now stuff is pretty awful for the most part.
how are
And
those books selling in
the
your shop?
rumor is that the Age of Ultron. Now this is just a rumor, but the Age of Ultron is going to be the Marvel Flashpoint. That it is going to lead to a redoing of the Marvel books, and can't happen any too soon.
The Marvel
Is what this man. Supposedly they're not going to start the numbering over like they did, but it is
hope
going
not.
to.
You know how we're pissed off about them renumbering stuff.
Well,
anyway,
but I'll tell you what, Marvel, if you do listen, let's stop. First off, stop all your stupid titles coming out twice a month. This month, only once next month. What do you guys got? A dartboard that you're throwing? I mean, how do you make that decision? And these books aren't that special. let me tell you something. From
you're
a
$4
retailer's
a piece.
point of view, yes, my customers only have so much to spend every month. It doesn't matter if you put the book out 8 times; they can only buy it once. That's the one thing. When DC did their New 52, they got rid of all of the miniseries. There's no miniseries coming out anymore, and they meet their deadlines, and they come out once a month on time. Uncanny Avengers, which should have been a really good title, first issue came out, and then it was 8 weeks before we got the second issue. People were clamoring for it. You know,
wow.
Meet your deadlines and come out once a month. We don't need 2 and 3 issues a month. Age of Ultron has been coming out for a little over a month and a half, and we're already up to issue 6. We don't need that. I can't follow the story anyway, because the first 4 issues, I have no clue what was going on. But if it leads to you guys remastering your universe and hopefully paring down the number of titles you have, because how many titles does Wolverine have now? How many does Deadpool have? I don't need that many. And all you're doing by producing that many titles is you're thinning out your creative stream so that you've got people writing the book that aren't that good of writers, and you've got artists that aren't that good of artists.
Left hand, right hand.
Yeah. So there it is. That's what my take. I'm done.
Plus, when they make those many titles, they have to choose which ones to buy.
Yeah.
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 I mean, if you're, let's say you're a big Wolverine fan, maybe you can't afford every single title. You got to pick one.
I've only been getting the Savage Wolverine since it came out, and I've enjoyed that one.
It's good, and I like Cho's artwork.
Yeah, that's the main reason I picked it up.
He's a good artist. I like his stuff.
Half decent storyteller, I think.
Yeah, he is. He's excellent.
But I like the Avengers, and I quickened Secret Avengers or whatever when it relaunched, because that, and then they got the Black Nick Fury in there, and that was confusing. And I don't think that's even a real Nick Fury.
I know. Well, they did the story where they established how he came to be, and that was good. I forget what it was called.
But
Code of Honor, maybe, or something like that.
So you got Avengers, New Avengers, Avengers Assemble.
Right. Too many of those.
All these Avengers books, and when I was, we had one of Mighty Avengers when,
Well, and here's the other thing.
Or maybe 2 at the most. West Coast and,
I can remember when Marvel was just, making their name. And they made their name on continuity. If something happened in one book, it was reflected in another. They also made their name on crossovers, which was fine. Today, there's no continuity in Marvel books. You can't, whatever's going on. The new Captain America book, I don't know where he is. I don't know what's going on. The second issue said 1 year later at the beginning of the story. So Cap's been gone for a year, and yet he shows up in every issue of Avengers. He's showing up in other titles. Get a grasp of your own continuity. Have a plan. That was the one thing that DC used to do back in the day when Superman had 4 titles. They would meet once a year and say, how are we going to, what's going to happen this year?
Yeah.
And they actually would have a plan. I'm not sure anybody at Marvel has a plan. And quite honestly, I don't think anybody cares, because they're not Marvel anymore. They're owned by Disney, and all Disney wants is the movie rights and to cash the checks that they get from the comics. That's it.
Yeah. Pretty much. We can't argue with that one.
No, I don't want to.
No.
Don't get me started. I can go for days about this stuff.
Yeah. Well, is Marvel now selling in your store?
It does sell, but it's selling to the people who have been buying the various titles their whole lives and don't want to stop. So despite the fact that they're renumbering them, they still, they're still buying Amazing Spider-Man because they've been buying Amazing Spider-Man for 10 or 15 years. Same with, the X titles and everything else. They're not, I don't get that many people coming in saying, wow, did you read, and fill in whatever issue number. Yeah. It just doesn't happen that much anymore because there aren't that many wow comics anymore.
It's true.
Yeah.
And every story has to be 6 issues now so they can put it straight into a trade.
Right. Exactly.
Nobody knows how to pace a story anymore. I give all kinds of credit to Alan Moore a few years ago when he was doing the America's Best Comics. He was doing the one title. It wasn't top 10. Top 10 was very good, but it was something stories. I forget what it was called. But anyway, he wanted to see if he could do comics the old way, and he was doing 3 stories per issue, 3 different characters, and he did it, and it was great. And each story was only about 4, maybe 5 pages, but it was self-contained, and it was some of the best reading I ever had. Now, part of that is it was Alan Moore, but still, he proved that you can still do that.
Right.
I'm paying $3 and $4 an issue. Give me some content. Give me a reason to put that money out.
Exactly.
Yep.
So
This editorial.
Nothing to do with the number 5. That's it, I think. We're done with the Marvel Reeve.
I think we are.
Okay.
So
They're never going to ask me back.
I don't know. I enjoy this because we're getting the retailer's viewpoint of this. The shows we've done, this is, you know, we're the fanboys, you know, reading this stuff, and you know, been getting Avengers forever. That's why I still get it.
Why you still get it, exactly.
Because I like Captain America, and I like the group of guys they got together. You know, it changes up, you know, every so often. But why they have 6 teams of Avengers right now, I don't know. But
because they can, because they're making money on them.
And they're making everybody an Avenger too, which is kind of a downer because it's not elite anymore.
No.
You know, it used to be kind of an elite group that they used to pick and choose who actually got in, and now.
And despite, you know, yes, I am a retailer, but I'm a collector and reader also. I enjoy this. I mean, every day, every week, I take a pile of comics home and sit down and read them.
The minute-worthy ones.
Yeah, pretty much. And that stack is, honestly, the stack is getting smaller and smaller. It really is, because most of this stuff, I got to force myself to read. And it's sad, and I could go for hours telling you
I think we are.
what the problem is.
We might be reaching a
real hour. A real hour episode. Or an issue.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm stopping.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm
But
ready.
anyway.
We'll see you later. Good day.